Hi, I'm Clay Eals, and welcome to Group Hugs for the Community, the human heartbeat of preservation. I'm so glad to see so many of you here, and in the next hour we're going to cover one of the most inspiring ways to build community, the group hug. We're going to talk about what it is and why it's so important, and we will work together so that by the end you will walk away with a blueprint for how to create a group hug of your very own right here in your own community. Now, what I want to start out with is a few photos. These will show you the end result, what happens when a group hug is successful. These photos are from my home community of West Seattle. They show kids coming to our annual street fair and pointing themselves out in group hug photos that they were part of 1, 2, and 3 years prior. Check out their expressions. They're saying, "That's me." What they're really saying, though, is, "That's me in my community." Now, what exactly is a group hug? It's when you gather a large group of people, could be hundreds or 1,000 or more, in front of a beloved building or place in the community, something that's already preserved as a landmark or something that deserves preservation. There's a brief program with prominent people from the community, but the main thing, as you can see, is the photo. And when the photo is shot from on high, from a scissor lift truck or even a tall ladder, the crowd below looks like it is hugging the building. So that's where the name comes from, group hug. It's a great field trip for students. It's a great event for people of all ages. And as you can see, it produces an image that people will use and see for years and decades to come. And the beauty of it is it can be done in any community. Now, I've been so fortunate to lead 9 successful group hugs in West Seattle, where I have served as Executive Director of the Historical Society. Today, we will see examples of those group hugs and cover all the details and steps that it takes to make them successful. But first, let's talk about why a group hug can be so important. Now, all of us in this digital age, all of us, doesn't matter what age we are or what walk of life, we all yearn for genuine connections to our communities. And preservation is a powerful vehicle to achieve those connections. This is true today when our high-tech gadgets just begin to take over our ability to have real-time in-person communication and experiences to the point where they tend to isolate us from other people in our community. So why not create an event that taps into our universal, intrinsic desire to embrace what it means to be human in the presence of others, to examine our common values, and to engage others for the good of the community? And there's no better time than now, when a booming economy makes it more important than ever to preserve our community treasures. Now, of course, not everything can be saved. We don't want to save everything, but what's important is to save the good stuff. So what's the good stuff? Well, it can have to do with who built a building. It can have to do with what happened at a place some time long ago. It can have to do with all kinds of factors that really boil down to what is the story of this building or place in our community. And a group hug can make us think about just that. It can build in us a sense of identity, a sense of place, and a sense of home. Actually, a group hug is like 1,000 seeds planted in our community in the hearts of everyone who takes part in a group hug, and those seeds will continue to grow year after year after year. So, let's talk about the beloved places in your community. What are the buildings and places that you can think of that would make a great backdrop for your group hug?